Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul, and we're here for a reading about the person on your mind and your connection to each other. Today's reading is going to focus in on this person's overall thoughts and feelings about you and your connection. Basically, their stance in this connection at this time. Where does their mind tend to gravitate towards when they think about you and your connection with each other? And how do they really feel about you at their core? We're going to unpack those things in today's reading. This is also a timeless reading, so I trust that it found you exactly when it was meant to. I am so grateful you are joining us here today, and I am excited to get the cards out and chat. I do plan on being as detailed as possible for you here today. They just said pay attention to the symbols, so as we go about shuffling, pay very close attention to any hidden symbols or objects you see within the cards, because those could also carry an extra special message just for you here today. And I will announce any that I see out loud, just in case the camera can't focus in on details here. So give me a second here. We do have a couple cards out, but I want to get some more details out first. But actually, never mind. They want me to chat before I do that. Whew, your person might be a little bit scatterbrained or anxious lately. So I'll say that much, because all of a sudden I'm feeling like I have to overcorrect myself and I have to be like hyper focused on details, and I'm kind of all over the place. I'm here, I'm there. So maybe your person's been really anxious lately, or that's just kind of how they are in general. They said that this is a balanced relationship or a balanced connection. That came through very, very strongly. So that's either important to your person in general, or it's something they genuinely think about when they think about you. We have the scales here and the connecting. How can I explain this? So typically in justice, or when we think of this type of scale, it's like a whole metallic object, but in this deck, it's held up by a sword. So what this is telling me is it's fair and balanced communication. 222 on the timer as I said that. So not only does your person focus in on wanting to have a fair and balanced connection with you, but the communication is kind of like the driving force to that. So maybe you and your person have really, really good communication with each other, or that's something they're wanting to integrate more of and bring more of into your connection. But I would definitely say your minds think alike. Your minds are what keep this connection fair, balanced, and close together, and so do your communication skills. That's really important going forward in this connection. Some of you could be air signs. Justice is Libra, so maybe you have Libra placements, sun, moon, or rising, or you met this person during Libra season, or maybe both of you are just intellectuals, like you embody a lot of air sign energy, where you're really good with your communication, your social skills. Maybe some of you have a tendency to focus more on making decisions with logic versus intuition or emotion. But they keep drawing my eye back to this sword. And the more I look at it, the more I realize it's almost like a double-edged sword, because there's two handles to this sword, but it's very clearly a sword in this card, which is quite interesting. And I just heard two sides of the same coin, so that could also be another thing your person thinks about. And when I look even closer at the image on this card, I see that one of the cups has light dots around it and the other one has dark dots, which I'm also taking as divine counterpart energy. Sun versus moon, light versus dark, yin, yang. So I think that balance and harmony is super important to your person, and they see a lot of potential in this connection with you, or that's something they want more of, okay? The two of you kind of keep each other in check. You keep each other balanced, especially with the way you communicate. And again, this person, hi Wally, this person sees this connection as something that is, I just heard bright new beginning. I'm getting a lot of like audio messages in this reading here today. They see this connection kind of like a bright new beginning in their reality. Maybe this is a brand new relationship for some of you. This could also just be a new feeling relationship from your person's perspective. They've never been with a person like you before. They've never felt these feelings before. Maybe they've never actually had a fair relationship before. And so something about this connection feels absolutely brand new to them. And you don't have to be in a relationship for this to be your reading. Although I do want to note that I feel like you're at least in communication with this person. This is not a separation feeling reading to me. So if you're not already with them romantically, I do think that's something that they're wanting and they're actively trying to manifest and bring in, okay? We also have the Magician. There's definitely something magical and mysterious about this connection. I heard breathe you into life. In a way, this person almost feels like they manifested you, or they manifested this connection, or maybe that's how you feel. Because I'm looking at this image here, it's almost like a cauldron, like the Magician is sort of like casting a spell or throwing all of the ingredients in to create something, create this potion or this manifestation. So this person may have prayed for someone like you before the two of you met each other, or they almost feel like this connection is so perfect and in alignment with them that they almost feel like it was created just for them. So they definitely have a high view of you and this connection and a lot of respect. We also have the Empress coming out. It fell to the ground, so I'm not going to go grab that. But we have the Empress and we have the Six of Wands. Some of you out there may be in the public eye, or you do something where all eyes are on you. So you could be like a leader in your field at work or in general. You could also just be very attractive. So even if it's not something you do professionally for work that brings attention and eyes on you, maybe you're just very attractive or your energy is super strong. So wherever you go, people are kind of like looking over at you. They're wondering about you. Maybe they want to just naturally come up and talk to you. Your person thinks about how much of a catch you are and how you draw attention to you wherever you go, very similarly to the image on this Six of Wands. So again, you could be doing this for work. Maybe some of you post a lot on social media, or you're in the public eye for a living, or just in general, like everywhere you go, all eyes are on you. People focus in on you. The Empress carries a very abundant and magnetic and attractive energy, right? And this person views you as somebody who has that. And again, you're kind of like a superstar. People pay attention to you. And I think that that's something they really enjoy. They pay close attention to themselves because they know how magnetically pulled in they feel by you. They assume that other people are feeling this as well. It's not just like them that's experiencing this. And I think they've gotten a chance to observe this about you in day-to-day life as well. People just kind of feel pulled into you and your energy. The back of the deck is the Ten of Cups, I have to note. So I would say honestly that this is the type of connection your person is really intrigued by. Overall, their stance in this connection seems to be that they feel like this could be the connection for them. They see a lot of hope for a future with you. They're highly attracted to you. They feel like you're a total superstar. You're not really lacking anything in their eyes. They almost feel like this is a picture perfect type of connection and something they've really been asking for. Very fair, very balanced. And if you're still kind of like getting to know each other, this is a newer connection. They definitely are seeing the potentials. They're for sure thinking ahead towards what could be in the future. But for most of you out there, I feel like you already have some history with this person and they are happy with it. Overall, I would say this person is honestly very happy in this connection and they're excited to see where things are going to go with you in the future. Okay, let's get a few more cards out about this person's intentions. Okay, so not necessarily just their inner world, but what are their plans in the 3D towards you going forward? What are this person's intentions in this connection, please? We have the Knight of Cups. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so if this is somebody you just started seeing or you're not like official yet, I would definitely say that's in their works, like in their plans. They do not plan on staying at that stage for too long. This person has romantic intentions towards you and they do have a love offer coming in. If you're already with this person, it could be like taking things up a notch or bringing in even more romantic energy towards you, more romantic gestures, especially if this person is a creative type, like if they're an artist of some kind, a musician, a writer, they may want to kind of like serenade you or create something for you in the future. Okay. We also have, ooh, Ten of Swords. Okay, so I gotta get a clarifier for that, because that is very opposing energy to everything else we've seen. The Seven of Cups. Your person, here is their like humanity coming in, because I think that they're overall, they're kind of like a daydreamer and they're an optimist and they like to think about the positive side of things. But this is sort of like their shadow and their humanity slipping through, where they still do have doubts and worries. Not about you, but more or less about what could happen to lose this connection. What could happen for them to be defeated here in this situation. So they're kind of like, if this person is keeping you at arm's length at all, it's for that reason, okay? Because they want to be like 100% sure before they like hand over their last cards, so to speak, okay? This person clearly sees a future with you. They clearly want to bring in more romantic energy. But if they're keeping any of their cards close to their chest, it's because they're scared. And they're scared that you might reject them or walk away, okay? Yeah, they're scared of an ending, because we have the World here. They're scared of an ending. So just be aware of that, okay? This person, that could be one of their shadows, is a major fear of rejection. Ooh. They keep it from you. They hide that from you. Yeah, because we have the Moon. This is something that's like locked deep into their subconscious. I think this is probably a fear or wound that they've had long before they met you. And because they look at you with such high regard, they look at you like a wish come true for them. And this connection is something so abundant and beautiful. They're really afraid, like it's making them extra afraid. So they might hold some of this energy in for a while they like build up their reassurances, or maybe while they do some of that healing. I don't think they want to let you know that they're terrified of that. Yeah, with the Empress. They don't want to let you know that they're terrified. So they're kind of keeping their cards close to their chest a little bit. They are going to continue to bring romantic energy in here though, but they are going to also be simultaneously sort of stewing on these fears of losing you and all of the different ways things could go wrong, because your person almost wants to like be ahead of that and stop it before it can happen. They're highly protective over you in this connection, and they want to hold on to it for dear life, okay? And that's another thing your person doesn't necessarily want to tell you. Maybe because they don't want to scare you off, or again, because they're afraid if they show all of their cards to you. Hold on a second, you guys, because when I'm channeling, sometimes it's hard to like put the energy into words. So they're showing me a scenario where, and I'm trying to figure out how to explain this fear that they're showing me about your person. Give me a second, you guys. So let's say that there's a person that you kind of like idealize, right? I'm trying to figure out how to explain this scenario. It's like your person is afraid that if they give you everything they've got, like instantly, you might almost look down on them in a way. And I don't think it's because they view you as the type of person that's done this. I think it's because they're trying to mirror your situation with something they have experienced in the past, or they've seen in their life in some way in the past, where it was like they were maybe with somebody who was always wanting more, like nothing that person ever did was good enough. They were always like, give me more, give me more, give me more. And your person could have just given everything over and over and over again, and then they were end up being rejected or defeated anyway. And so they developed this fear of being rejected, like they're never good enough, or they might have issues with self-worth because at one point in time, they could have tried to give their all and then some to a person who didn't deserve it, didn't appreciate it, and then ended up walking away or leaving them behind anyway, leaving your person feeling that Ten of Swords of defeat. And so that's something they're afraid of. And now with you, the way they view you is like 10 times better than whoever that other person was. And so they're even more afraid to lose this connection. And part of them is afraid if they give you their all, it's not going to be good enough. So they might want to sprinkle in like little gesture by little gesture to kind of test the waters to see how you behave and how you receive those gestures before they like go full on in here, okay? So keep in mind your person is really afraid to lose you. Hi, Wally. Yes, I am that person that talks to my cat. So, you know, anyway, hi. Hello. Anyway, whew. They want to hold on to you for dear life. They're just secretly very, very afraid to lose you. And they're afraid that if they give their 110% of it not being good enough and you leaving them anyway. So just be afraid of, or I mean, don't be afraid of that. No, don't be afraid of that. Be aware of that. I was going to say, don't be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. So they are planning on holding tight to this connection. They are planning on bringing in more romance. Just maybe they're going to sprinkle in little gesture by little gesture to test the waters and see how you react, okay? Because they're afraid. So that's what I'm seeing there. Wally clearly is needing something from me right now. So I'm going to get ready to close out your reading and go talk to him for a minute. I am going to close our reading off with a message just for you now. This doesn't have to have anything to do with this connection. This is meant to help you recenter your focus and energy back towards yourself again. Hi, Wally. If you've made it this far into the reading, by the way, and you haven't yet, I would love it if you would support the channel by liking the video, subscribing, and if you're still here, you can drop a spider emoji in the comments to let me know. Your first personal message is the spider with manifestation. You weave your web in life. What you see before you are the results of your thoughts. If your current reality does not suit you, then it is time to make changes through conscious manifestation. Your energy can bring in all you desire. Very true. Very true. All right. And then your affirmation of the day, I invite you to affirm with me. I'll hold it up at the end if you would like to comment it down below or read it out loud. It is, today I am healthy. Today my mind, my heart, and my soul are one healthy being. Lovely. I am leaving this reading here. Thank you so much for joining and have a blessed rest of your day or night. Bye for now.